Hello, and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I'm going to be doing the Capricorn energy reading. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not, especially since this is a general reading. All right. So we had this one literally came flying out, and we have the 10 of Wands. So something's coming to an end because 10s can represent completion. We also have the 7 of Swords. So I feel like you're kind of coming out of the shadows, like that's coming to an end for you. And I feel like things are going to start really happening for you. With these 3 cards, the energy that I'm feeling is that something's coming to an end, that you've been through a lot lately, and that you're stepping to the forefront and you're coming out of the shadows right there. And that this coin, see how this coin is falling into the hand there? I feel like its opportunities are coming in for you. It could mean that there's some money coming in for you, or some materialistic things, because Pentacles represent materialistic things. Or it could just be opportunity. That's kind of the big word that I'm kind of feeling right now is opportunity. But I feel like it's because you're stepping up to the plate, like you're coming out of the shadows, like you're not in the background anymore. I also feel that it's like you're not deceiving yourself about you not being able to achieve your goals or to be able to make things happen for yourself. That you're putting an end to that, and you're saying, you know what, that if I want to have something happen, if I want to make something happen in my life, that I'm going to make it happen. And you're putting yourself out to the forefront to see these opportunities that may be coming out. I feel like the 5 of Pentacles can be that you're kind of, I also feel like it's kind of you're going out on your own, you're branching out on your own, but you're looking for your own opportunities, that you're not waiting for someone else or something else for that to happen. Like you're making things happen. You're feeling guided, and you're saying, you know what, that like I always say, if you want change, you have to be change, and that you're stepping up to the plate to be that change. Again, I feel like this is opportunity. Like this is kind of where you are right now, and this is kind of what you're going through, but you're kind of looking in a different direction for opportunity. And I love that. And I definitely feel that these two cards represent opportunity to me. The way the coin is falling in the hand, and the way the person is looking up at that cup. And I feel like this goes with your emotions, because cups are emotions, and you feel like you're ready for opportunities. You're ready to bring in opportunities, that you're ready to look in another direction. For some reason, when with this energy, I feel like you have blinders on, and you're like, no, this is how it has to be, and it has to be by the book, and this is how it has to happen. And definitely with Capricorn, I'm a Capricorn sun and a Capricorn rising. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But Capricorns are a grounded energy, and they kind of like to do things by the book, but yet there's part of them that likes to not do it by the book. And I feel like you're more in that energy of not doing it by the book. And that's good, because I feel like you're coming into your own power, and like you're looking for things in a different way, or you're feeling emotionally like, I'm tired of looking at the 3 empty cups, and I'm ready to look in a new direction. I'm ready to look for those things that are fulfilling. I'm ready to look at those things that bring me joy and bring me happiness and bring me excitement, and that you're ready to put an end with that 10 of Wands there, of that kind of heavy feeling. The next card that came out is the Page of Pentacles, and I love this because this is that slow, steady progress, like towards positive things, and it's kind of taking those baby steps. I feel that in order for anything to happen, that you have to change your mindset to begin with. That you could have all of these opportunities come in, or you could have like these amazing relationships come in, but if you're not ready to receive those, or you're not in that frame of mind, or you're still holding on to old ways of thinking, that you're not really going to be able to appreciate those, or it's not going to be to the utmost fulfillment. And I feel like you're making that steady progress, right? Because Pages is young, new energy, and I feel like it represents beginnings. So it's the beginnings of, okay, I'm looking at things differently. I'm seeing things differently. I'm approaching things differently. My mindset is in a different frame of mind. And I feel like these little opportunities are going to be coming in for you, like these little things, these little, like, it's almost like the universe is showing you little opportunities that you're like, oh, well, I didn't think this would happen, but like that happens for you. But it's like a little thing. It's something little that falls in place, or it's something little that happens. And it helps to shift your mindset as to, okay, well, I want to work on bigger things, and I want to work on different things or better things. And I feel like it's almost like that confirmation that you need is to say, well, my mindset, it's because I feel like definitely one of the hardest things is that we feel like, okay, if I'm going to think about something different and I'm going to do that for the next hour, I want to have all of these amazing results happen. It's just like, okay, I've done it for an hour, so I want to, I mean, I'm the same way. But this is like a lifestyle change. It's just like if you go on a diet and you choose one day or 1 week and you eat really healthy, and then after that you go back to your old way of eating if it's unhealthy. And then you're like, well, why didn't I lose weight? I ate good for a week, or a day, right? And it's kind of like that, kind of like with your mental like appetite, or your mental, what you're consuming mentally. And I feel that that's the same way. And I feel like it's a lifestyle change that brings in the long-term results. It's the lifestyle change that brings out how you're looking at things in a different way, and that you're not feeling like everything is piling up on top of you, and that you have these huge burdens. Yeah, we're going to have challenges, but it's all about how do you face those challenges? How do you see those challenges? Do you see it as something that you need to learn and grow from? Or do you see that it's something that's holding you down? We have the Three of Wands, and then we have the Fool, which is on the sail there, and it's kind of looking forward in a different way, and a new light, and kind of planning things in a different way. Thinking that things were always going to be one way, but kind of realizing, okay, when you open up more doors and you're more open to different opportunities or ways of seeing things, that it gives so many other different ways to achieve things or do things. It could be just each day, right? How do you wake up each day? How do you feel each day? Do you feel like each day is a burden? Do you feel like each day is drudgery? Do you feel like each day you're adding another wand onto your back, and then it's this heaviness? Do you feel like, just the universe is working against you, or that, oh my gosh, I have to go to this horrible job, or I have to have contact with this person that I don't really want to talk to? Yes, we're going to have those things in our life, and I have those things in my life, but I approach those in a different way. I approach those as, okay, this is just temporary. This is what I have to deal with right now. This is how I have to show myself and the universe that I am approaching things differently, and that this is just a challenge for me to get past, for me to get through, for me to see that this is just part of life, and this is temporary. This is what I'm going through in my life right now, but things are going to change and things are going to get better, and that I'm going to make the most of this situation. And kind of, instead of having drudgery for each day, it's like having that excitement for each day to say, okay, what do I have to do today? What's coming in? And it's just how you approach things. Just like for me this morning, it was like I had to pay some bills, because today is actually November 1st. And so, you have to pay bills on the 1st of the month. And usually after that, I just have this heavy feeling. I have kind of this Ten of Wands feeling, this heaviness. And it's like, oh my gosh, how is this going to work? How is that going to work? And this morning I was just like, you know what? I was able to pay the bills I needed to pay. And I'm like, I feel good and I feel positive, and I'm focusing on the fact that I'm happy that I was able to pay those bills. And I know that more money will come in when I need it to come in order to pay the bills, and that things are going to get better. It's just like, and I don't have that heaviness today. I don't have that burden hanging over me and how I'm approaching that. And I had to get new renter's insurance, and usually it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I hate having to do that kind of stuff. And so I did that today, and it went really smooth, and it was so easy. And it's like, wow, like when you approach things with that kind of outlook, that it just makes those things that are difficult so much easier. And knowing, okay, this is what I have to deal with. And then today I have to go, I'm working as that cashier, and I would much rather stay at home, and I'd much rather get, you know, work done and work on my YouTubes, and, you know, I have other things around here that I would like to get done, but I'm like, well, you know, this is what helps pay the bills, and this is where I'm at right now. Doesn't mean I'm going to be here forever, but for now, this is where I'm at, and I'm going to make the most out of going into work today and being thankful for that. So it's all about how you approach things moving forward, and that you make life easier for yourself. So I feel like that's, especially with that Fool being on that sale, it's like, how can you make life lighter, right? Because a Fool represents a lightness and a happiness and a silliness and a goofiness and a, you know, I mean, obviously the bad sides are being irresponsible, so it's not embracing that, but it's like having a lighter side, even though you have things that you have to deal with that may seem heavy at the moment. Empower yourself in a positive way with this Queen of Wands. Like, I love this card. I mean, look at that look. I mean, she is determined. She is motivated. She doesn't let things get in her way. She is fiery and she is feisty, but I feel in a positive way, obviously looking at the positive side of the card. We have the King of Pentacles, somebody who is very grounded, somebody who is determined, somebody who's not going to give up and goes after those opportunities. I feel like explores different opportunities. And with the King and Queen here, I feel like it's kind of empowering yourself and looking at that feminine and masculine side of life, that yin and that yang, right? The feminine side is more of looking at like the mental aspect of it, and then the masculine side is the physical side of like where it's taking actions about it. So it's your thoughts are being followed through with your actions, that you're thinking about change, that you're thinking about, right, opportunities and approaching things in a different way, but you're also following through with that. We have the Four of Wands, and that can represent celebration, celebrations, and I feel like it's celebrate yourself, right? Celebrate yourself and say, I'm so proud of myself for doing that. I'm so proud of myself that seeing that I was always feeling negative and I was piling things up on top, and that I want to set myself up for success. I want to come out from the shadows, and I want to make things easier and better for myself and give myself that hope and that guidance and that direction, right? Restoring hope within yourself. Don't look for that on outside sources. You can look for outside sources as kind of information and to help you, but I feel like don't always say, well, if I get this money, then I'll be happy, or I buy this car, then I'll be happy, or if I get this perfect job, then I'll be happy. No, I feel that you need to find that happiness within yourself. Those are one of those things, those are the things that can help enhance how you already feel inside. And you have to restore that hope within yourself and say, I got this, I can do this, that each day I can approach with a positive outlook. And yeah, there's going to be days where I'm going to struggle, but I'm going to make the most out of the opportunity, and I'm going to turn it around as much as I can. And I'm going to prove to myself that I can handle these situations without me feeling like the universe and the world is against me. Overall energy is being in control of your life and your world, and that Chariot and that forward movement. And feeling like, even though it may seem chaotic, you're still driving the Chariot, right? It's like, how do you move forward? Even though life can feel very chaotic, life can feel very crazy at times and almost feel like life is out of control, but how can you manage it the best way for yourself? And it really does make a huge difference. This is what I'm finding within my life is, you know, I'm making these changes for me, and I'm trying to pass on the information that I have to you to help you. And the tarot is another way for you to look at things that maybe you're holding yourself back and that you're putting all these burdens on yourself, but like the opportunities are there. You just have to see them in a different way. And how can you empower yourself with that Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles? The Pentacles representing having, I feel like it kind of represents that base and having that structure in your life, but yet still being able to be flexible and not be like, if things don't turn out the way that you thought that they were going to, but still say, okay, well, there's something else that I have to learn. There's something else that I have to do. There's something else that I have to see, and finding that hope within yourself and that guidance and direction within yourself, and say that I've got this. We have Chameleon Spirit, act as if. I feel like that's kind of the overall of this reading, is acting as if, like you're already in this space, acting as if. That's what I was saying, is like having that positive outlook. So it's like putting yourself in that energy of acting as if. It's not, I feel like it's not like being fake, because in my mind I was like, oh, like you just want us to be fake. No, I don't want you to be fake. I want you to embrace the energy of like feeling like, even though you know things in the 3D are not the way that you want them to be, but inside you're feeling positive and you're feeling motivated, and you're saying, I can get through this, and I can persevere, and I can push through, and this isn't going to stop me. And like embodying the energy and acting as if your life is already the way that you want it to be. But not in a fake negative way. It's hard to describe. I can't really describe it, because you don't want to have fakeness, because then it's like you're not being true to the way that you truly feel. And it's saying, yeah, like even though this is a challenge for me, I'm still going to get through this. I'm still going to make the most of this. You know, just like for me having to go to work today, it's like, yeah, this isn't what I want to do, but I'm going to still keep that positive outlook, and I'm going to enjoy the time that I'm there with the people, because I enjoy the people that I work with. And it also helps me to learn and grow, right? It helps me to become more confident within myself, that I can handle situations, that I can open up to people, that I can talk to people, that I can, you know, put my best foot forward no matter what situation comes before me. And it's like still learning about myself, and just making the most of the situation. I hope that makes sense. Because I feel like if you're faking it, then if you're faking it in a negative way, then you're really not, you're doing an injustice to yourself. But it's like acting as if, okay, like I'm just putting yourself in a positive frame of mind. I don't know. When I turn the camera off, I'll probably be able to think of exactly what it is that I want to say. I still have to say that having the camera on, it's still like, I still kind of feel like it's sort of this, it makes me nervous. Right? Acting as if the camera isn't bothering me. It is, but I'm acting as if the camera's not bothering me, or that, you know, I can't think of things. I feel this sense of pressure for some reason, like when the camera's on me, and I'm hoping that, even though I've been doing this for years, that eventually it'll just become more natural. But right now I'm acting as if it's not really bothering me. It doesn't bother me a lot. It definitely doesn't bother me as much as it used to. But yes, there's still, I feel like this pressure to like, why can't you explain yourself in the right way? But I'm doing the best that I can do, and that's all I can do. So we have Star Dragons and resilience, finding your limits. So resilience and your strength. And I feel like that's going back to the Queen of Wands, and your resilience and your power. And I feel like finding your limits goes with the King of Pentacles, and knowing, okay, knowing like when you're pushing the boundary, or you've gone too far, or that you're like, okay, I have to change things and I have to redirect. Sometimes it's like being strong and pushing forward, but know when you've kind of crossed that line to where it's become too much for you, and that you kind of have to reset yourself. Let's grab a Whispers of Healing. We have growth, personal growth. I feel like we're always learning and growing, like every day, every moment, everything that we're exposing ourselves to, every social media platform, you know, that we're listening to, everything that we are subjecting ourselves to. I feel like it's always, we're always learning and we're always growing. And I feel like it's kind of directing those things that you're focusing your energy towards as in a way for personal growth, right? A way to grow yourself in a positive way. And that positive growth, right? That you feel like you are evolving and changing, and that you are moving in a good way. Sometimes it's like we just want to have things to occupy our mind because we just kind of want to turn it off. Definitely when I come home from work, I definitely just want to zone out, because it's like my brain is my brain is generally toast. It's exhausted and it's tired, and that's okay. And so that's okay, but it's like also realizing, okay, trying to make the most of the time where you feel good and having that personal growth, realizing those things, right? Resilience, finding your limits, and that also equals personal growth. We have Transformation, the Death card, and then we have Choose Wisely, the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like it's definitely choosing. Maybe this is like a reading to think about, okay, choosing wisely about what are those things that you're subjecting yourself to? What are those things that you're thinking about? What are those things that you're focusing on? Choosing wisely to look towards the future and say that if you want things to change, that you are the one that is there to restore that hope and give yourself that guidance and say, okay, this is the direction that I want to go on. This is what I want to focus on. This is how I want to change my life. This is how I want to change the situation that I am in right now. Transformation, and that is about, the Death card is about letting go of those things that are holding you back, and also embracing that transformation and change and seeing things from a different light and a different way. I always feel like knowledge is power, and learning about things. Also not to overdo it with that, because I know that for me, sometimes if I take in too much information, then I become so overwhelmed that it's like I don't want to do anything and I feel frustrated. So it's like kind of, again, knowing your limits and saying, okay, I'm just going to, you know, maybe some days that you're ready to absorb more, and some days you're like, no, like this one today is just going to be one of those days where it's not going to be as much. We have Blessed. I like this one because I feel like it's feeling that you are blessed, feeling that you are special, feeling that you are important, focusing on all of those positive things that you have going on in your life. Sometimes we forget about those things, that we truly are blessed. And if you feel negative about that and you say, I'm not blessed, you know, I have all of these negative things going on, well, that's where you need to start. That's where you need to focus. Just my opinion. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I feel like when we say, when you see that card Blessed, or someone says, or you say to yourself, I'm so blessed, and you think about all of those positive things that you have going on and all of those good things that you have in your life, you know, that you have a roof over your head, or you have food in your pantry, that you have positive relationships, that you have a car to drive, that you have gas for the car that you drive, that you have a bed to sleep in, that you have clothes to wear, right? It doesn't have to be, well, I'm only going to be blessed if I, you know, have this expensive car, or I have that, you know, it's looking at what you have right now and feeling thankful and blessed for what it is that you have right now. And that's a way to shift your outlook, and it's a way to shift your feelings. Like, I'm blessed to have this job because this helps pays my bills. This helps to put a roof over my head. This helps to bring food on my table. It helps to bring clothes for me to wear, and it helps me to pay my bills. So I feel blessed that I have this job. And it's really, again, about shifting that mindset and saying, oh, I'm so blessed for so many different things. And I feel blessed that the beautiful sun is out and that I can see this beautiful view right here, and that there's the grass and there's the trees. And I feel blessed to be able to be here and be able to take all of this in and enjoy this. And I feel like it's shifting that focus towards, right, that transformation, that change is letting go of the negative and embracing the positive and being thankful for all of those things that we have going on in our life. And it's making those little changes, right? Those little steps that I was talking about with the Page of Pentacles, is those little steps in saying, what are those things that I truly feel blessed about, right? Feeling blessed that, you know, you're hearing this message and that some or all of it is making sense to you, that it's clicking, that it's connecting, that it's making you think, that it's kind of making you look at things in a different light, that it's giving you hope, that it's giving you guidance, that, you know, however it is that you're feeling about this, and just being thankful for all of those things. And it's the little steps, right? It's the little things that we feel blessed for. And that we feel positive. And that's a way that you restore hope within yourself, is you're looking at, I feel so blessed because, right, whatever those things are that you have going on in your life that you feel blessed for. All right, I'm blessed for you. I'm thankful for you for listening to my channel and for being here with me and for sharing and hearing my message, and hopefully this is helping you in some way. So I definitely feel blessed for this opportunity to even be able to do this. So I hope that you have an amazing day. I hope this has helped you in some way. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.